So I'm continuing my reading in the Standard Works, and what this series is I am reading through the entire Standard Works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, as well as the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. Now, I am reading in a chronological order according to events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around just a little bit as I go on. I have recently finished the book of Genesis. In previous videos, I also read, of course, the book of Moses and the book of Abraham, because these take place during the same basic time periods as Genesis. Moses being the same period as the first 6 chapters of Genesis, and Abraham aligning approximately to chapters 13 and 14 in there. I also read the first 7 chapters of the Book of Ether from the Book of Mormon, because it starts with the Tower of Babel, which is contained in chapter 11 of Genesis. It then continues on. I read first 7 chapters, which in their chronology line up in the timeline from Abraham to the end of Genesis. So now that we have finished Genesis, we move back to Ether. Excuse me. This is Ether chapter 8. And we may make 2 videos. We will see how it goes. Let us start reading. There is strife and contention over the kingdom. Akish forms an oath-bound secret combination to slay the king. Secret combinations are of the devil and result in the destruction of nations. Modern Gentiles are warned against the secret combination that will seek to overthrow the freedom of all lands, nations, and countries. Okay, I will be dividing this into 2. We'll have the historical parts, and then the kind of warnings and doctrinal parts. We'll divide it into those 2 sections for 2 separate videos. But let us read. Here we go. And it came to pass that he begat Omer, and Omer reigned in his stead, and Omer begat Jared, and Jared begat sons and daughters. Now, when it says he, that's talking about Shul. Remember, this is just a continuation of the previous chapter. So Shul begat Omer. Verse 2. And Jared rebelled against his father, and came and dwelt in the land of Heth. And it came to pass that he did flatter many people because of his cunning words, until he had gained the half of the kingdom. And when he had gained the half of the kingdom, he gave battle unto his father, and he did carry away his father into captivity, and did make him serve in captivity. And now, in the days of the reign of Omer, he was in captivity the half of his days. And it came to pass that he begat sons and daughters, among whom were Ezram and Coriantumr. And they were exceedingly angry because of the doings of Jared their brother, insomuch that they did raise an army, and gave battle unto Jared. And it came to pass that they did give battle unto him by night. And it came to pass that when they had slain the army of Jared, they were about to slay him also. And he pled with them that they would not slay him, and he would give up the kingdom unto his father. And it came to pass that they did grant unto him his life. So, another civil war. Another son rebelling against his father to take over the kingdom. Now, it does seem to me that it became a standard tradition that they would appoint a younger son to be the next king, rather than having the eldest inherit the title. It would be given to a younger son in general. And so it makes sense that some of the older sons might get a little upset at this arrangement. So Jared goes in, and it says he begat sons and daughters. So he's not a young man when he does this. He is probably in his 40s, maybe even in his 50s. He raises an army, puts his father in captivity. But then his brothers, while Omer is in captivity, his brothers are born, and his brothers get mad, and they go and they attack at night, surprise attack. I don't think, some of these battles you might think that it's just, this army marches over here and this army marches over here, clash, bang, winner. No, this at least was a surprise attack. They came at night. They stealthily snuck in. They decimated Jared's army. Would have killed him, but he was their brother, and he kind of begged them, so they let him live. But it's just another. Shul had to deal. Shul put down a rebellion against his father and against himself, and now his son is experiencing the same thing. It's a common pattern throughout the entire book of Ether, really. So, verse 7. And now Jared became exceedingly sorrowful because of the loss of the kingdom, for he had set his heart upon the kingdom and upon the glory of the world. Now the daughter of Jared, being exceedingly expert, and seeing the sorrows of her father, thought to devise a plan whereby she could redeem the kingdom unto her father. Now the daughter of Jared was exceedingly fair, and it came to pass that she did walk with her father, and said unto him, Whereby hath my father so much sorrow? Hath he not read the record which our fathers brought across the great deep? Behold, is there not an account concerning them of old, that they by their secret plans did obtain kingdoms and great glory? And now therefore let my father send for Akish, the son of Kimnor. And behold, I am fair, and I will dance before him, and I will please him, that he will desire me to wife. Wherefore, if he shall desire of thee, that ye shall give unto him me to wife, then shall ye say, I will give her, if ye will bring unto me the head of my father the king. Okay, now a couple of things here. First, again, they had the scriptures, they had the records. Now we know that Abraham had the original record that was kept by Adam to pass down. So this is a second account. Again, multiple copies of the scriptures were in existence in the ancient days. It wasn't just one record, but there were multiple copies. We know that Abraham made a copy at least of his record that we have as the Book of Abraham that was not part of that original record. This is obviously not part of the same record that Abraham had, because Abraham had that one. These guys have a different one. But it contained the same basic information. And now this is the daughter of Akish is reviving those ancient oaths and covenants of Cain. That's what this is. But you also know, Jared begged for his life, and they spared his life, but he did not give up his desires. If you remember before, when Kohor rebelled against Shul, when Korihor rebelled against Shul, Korihor rebelled against Kib, and his brother Shul came and restored the kingdom to his father Kib. He put Korihor down, but Korihor repented. And when Korihor's son rebelled against Shul, Korihor tried to talk him out of it. Jared, on the other hand, is not repentant. He begged for his life, but he still wants the kingdom. He still is desiring that. And if he could, he would build up his army and go take it again, but he has lost his power. And so his daughter is saying, look, we have the scriptures, and we hatch this plan. She comes up with a plan on how to get the kingdom back, how he can retake the kingdom without needing an army through secret combinations. And I just remembered something, going back to the records that the people had. Sorry. Never mind, my mind just went blank, so let us just continue reading. 11, verse 11. And now Omer was a friend to Akish, wherefore when Jared had sent for Akish, the daughter of Jared danced before him, that she pleased him, insomuch that he desired her to wife. And it came to pass that he said unto Jared, Give her unto me to wife. And Jared said unto him, I will give her unto you, if ye will bring unto me the head of my father the king. And it came to pass that Akish gathered in unto the house of Jared all his kinsfolk, and said unto them, Will ye swear unto me that ye will be faithful unto me in the thing which I shall desire of you? And it came to pass that they all sware unto him, By the God of heaven, and also by the heavens, and also by the earth, and by their heads, that whoso should vary from the assistance which Achish desired should lose his head, and whoso should divulge whatsoever thing Achish made known unto them, the same should lose his life. And it came to pass that thus they did agree with Achish, and Achish did administer unto them the oaths which were given by them of old, who also sought power, which had been handed down even from Cain, who was a murderer from the beginning. And it was kept up by the power of the devil to administer these oaths unto the people, to keep them in darkness, to help such as sought power, to gain power, and to murder, and to plunder, and to lie, and to commit all manner of wickedness and whoredoms. I'm going to pause it there. Well, that will be the end as far as we read for this video, but let us look at just a couple of things. Omer was a friend to Achish. And this is probably why Achish willingly went and dined with Jared, because Jared was the son of Omer, and Achish and Omer were good friends. Now, I don't think this means that they were bosom pals, but they were on friendly terms. They dined together at times. These were men. They may have even been comrade at arms in the wars. We don't know exactly what the relationship was. I don't think that they were bosom pals. These were not, they were friends, yes. Which also meant that Achish had access to Omer the king, which is why Jared picked out Achish as his target. He didn't pick out some random peasant on the street and ask him to sneak into the throne room and kill Omer. He picked somebody who was already in the court. This was a well thought out plan. Jared and his daughter thought this out very well. Now Achish doesn't even hesitate, which tells us that even though he was friendly to Omer, they were friends, Achish was not a good guy. A good man does not just say, "Oh, hey, beautiful woman, you want me to kill your father for you? No problem." No, that's not a good guy. We should not assume that Achish was a righteous man before this, and just because of some pretty eyes and a nice-looking figure, he suddenly turned murderous. He was already like this. He was probably a warrior, and he probably reveled in violence. He was probably, as I said, he was a friend to Omer, but probably not bosom pals. He was probably like a high-up general in the army, friendly to the king because, he's the king, but reveling in violence. And when Jared gives him this task, he goes out and he says, okay, in order to do this, we're going to have to organize. And he gets his family together. And he makes them swear these oaths. And you notice, what do they swear by? By God, by heaven, by earth, and by their heads. So, this is, if you break this oath, you're dead. And everything that you own will be taken from you. It was a severe penalty for breaking this oath. But it was the same oath, same covenant, same secret combinations that Cain used in killing Abel and setting up his secret works. And it's the same oaths that Lamech killed Irad to protect. And we will read the rest of this in the next one.